So in this video, I will demonstrate to you how the teacher can activate the test paper so that the students can either enter the exam or the students will be placed in a lobby. So we will do this with topical test 3 example here. So first off, this is a teacher's point of view. As you can see, this is the teacher here, while the student is in this incognito mode. So that whenever you see incognito, it means the student's point of view. Let's jump right back into the teacher's point of view. So to do that, the teacher can activate this, either turn it into discoverable or open the exam. If you turn on discoverable, the students will be placed at the lobby waiting to enter into the examination. So I will just open it. Once done open, you need the students to key in this exam key. So let's have a look here. I'll copy the exam key and I'll go to the student's point of view and then enter the exam key. Now once done keying the exam key, the student will then click next, and then the students are required to input their information. Say for example, this student is student A. The class is A class and the teacher's name is, say, John, and then the phone number as well. Now these fields are only present because in my exam paper I require the students to input these information. So once done, the student can then fetch the exam paper. Now it says that the exam is ready, you are not allowed to leave the exam, and your teacher will be notified if you do so. So we are going to jump back and forth to see what it looks like at the student's perspective and the teacher's perspective during the examination. So as a student, let's begin the exam. Now, once the exam has begun, the student will see this in their computer or their tablets. So as I mentioned earlier on, my test paper requires the students to write into hard copy handwritten work and then submit through scanned copies. So the students have the option to change this field side by side, change this gap so that the question paper becomes more visible, and then the student can work it out on the questions in this question paper. They are required to do it on a physical foolscap paper. Once they have completed the examination, they can then move this one to the left and then take a photo of their answers and paste it right in this writing area. Now before that, let's see what the teachers see if something happened to the students during the examination. Now in this teacher's point of view, let's have a look at how to monitor the examination that is being conducted. So at the teacher's point of view here in this browser, you can click monitoring results. So as you can see in this examination, I have a student A and student B. Both these students are being locked out apparently. So that means at their side, they have to type in the reasons why they are being kicked out. So let's have a look at what student A sees on his computer. Now, here, the student has been locked out. This is the student's point of view. It says that you have temporarily been locked out from the examination. The exam area has lost focus. Please provide explanation here. So as a student, I could say that accidentally quit browser, or I can say I changed my computer and request to unlock. Now since I set this test paper to unlock immediately upon providing the reason, the moment the student presses unlock, the student can now continue his examination. Now in this teacher's point of view again, we see that there is a section known as individual exam keys to resume the exam. So what this does is, for example, if student B were to change another device, the students will not be able to enter the examination again using a separate device. The moment student A types in his name, student A again, it will have an interlock telling the students that he is in an exam and he is not allowed to enter the exam. So to resolve this issue, the teacher has to go into individual exam keys to resume the exam. So at the teacher's point of view, the teacher has to identify which student has that problem. Once done, you will then click, for example, student A has that issue. You will need to provide student A this exam key instead. Now, if student A changes his device to another device to continue with his examination, the student must input the same name again, but instead use this new code for him to be allowed into the exam again. So this individual key is very, very important. It is a unique key because, as you can see, student A has this unique key while student B has another unique key. So this is a very crucial part here because we do experience students saying that they cannot enter the examination again after being kicked out because it says that they are already present in the exam. So to resolve this issue, the student will look for the subject teacher, and the subject teacher has to provide these unique keys to affected students. Now let's go back to my exam.net and see what happens. Here we have a thunder here. It shows that the student may have lost connection. So now I am a student B on a separate device which will not be shown on the video here. Now I am a student B using another device requesting to unlock. Please help on my mobile phone as a student B. Now the moment I request unlock, it says that the student B is now online again. Now this could happen for a few reasons. Maybe student B was suffering from some internet connection issues. But fear not, after request for unlock, the student can then continue his examination. Now going back to student A, let's see how to scan work. So student A, after completing his work, he can navigate to scan work, and then it will provide a unique QR code for student A. The student A has to use a separate device to scan this QR code. If the student is using an Android mobile device, he can use Google Lens to scan the QR code. If he is using an Apple device, iOS, he can too scan the barcode using his built-in camera application. So for this example, I will use an Android device with Google Lens application and then scan the QR code. Now, using a separate mobile device as a student A, I will now see a new page showing me that I need to scan my work. So let's see what happens after scanning my work. After scanning my work using a separate mobile device, it will say that I need to upload this work. So on my phone, I will click upload the file that I've just scanned, and then on his computer, the student A's computer, it will fetch an information saying that an image is coming in, and then the student has to input a code presented on his mobile device. So on my mobile device, I'm seeing the code 651. This is to show that the device is with the student together with his laptop or tablet when he is sitting for this examination. So this image has been placed in the writing area. The student just has to click OK. And let's go back to the exam work. And voila, the student will now see his scan work in this writing area. So to scan another work, the student can again go to scan work and scan the QR code one more time. Or he can reuse the same QR code and continue to scan his work. Let's look at another example. Okay, I've just scanned my work and now I will upload it as a student into exam.net. It will have a pop-up saying that an image is coming in, and then it will change the code again. This time the code is 101, and then it says that the image has been placed in the writing area. So let's go and have a look. And now you see we have now two papers or two submitted work by the student. Make sure the student take a clear picture and follow chronological order. Once the student has done his exam, he can now submit his examination and confirm, and that's it.